So lastly, it becomes this. We've talked about a lot of things. We've gone through all the verses. We've gone through all the arguments. It comes down to this. Most people feel in their heart of hearts that something's just not right. I mean, it's the fourth commandment. There's no scripture saying to get rid of it. If there was, it would be prophesied. For Yahweh says that nothing happens on planet Earth without a prophecy first. So if he puts it in stone, he has to prophesy. It was prophesied that the high priesthood would change, but it was never prophesied that the Sabbath would change. So most people feel that in their spirit. They know that it's not right and that the Sabbath probably is for today. So the number one question becomes, well, how do I keep it? So let's go through a few verses, and then I'll tell you what my own personal family does. First of all, Exodus chapter 20, verse 10 says this, "But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it you shall not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor your daughter, your maidservant, your manservant, nor your cattle, nor your stranger that is within your gates." So the very first thing that we learn from the scriptures on what we to not do on the Sabbath is we're not supposed to work. Now, amazingly, that somehow offends people. To me, it's encouraging. I don't have to work. There's one day a week that I absolutely do not have to work, and that is on Shabbat, and it's the most looked forward to day of my week. Let's keep moving. Yahweh is our provision. You know what? Some people say I shouldn't put this slide in there because it's a little bit too strict, but watch this. It says, 6 days you shall labor, but on the seventh day you shall rest. Even during the plowing season and harvest you'll rest. What is this saying? This is saying that even if you're in the middle of the greatest harvest, or it's going to rain the next day, he says, obey my commandment. Remember when Yeshua is in the boat and the storm comes up? What do? They wake him up and they say, Yeshua, we're going to die. They're with the Son of the living God, and they think they're going to die because of a storm. And he stands up and he tells the storm to be quiet. Let me ask you something. I don't know where you are in your journey or what your fears or anxiety is, but how much do you really believe in this God that you say that you serve? Are you worried about finances? Are you worried about money? Are you worried about what you're going to eat the next day? Then you're not serving the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, because my God, my Elohim, my Yahweh provides everything for those who love him. He provides for the birds. How much more he will provide for you? And that's why he says here in Exodus that, listen, if you just honor me and do what I say, do you not think that I am who do you think causes the crops to grow? He says, I will take care of it. Make no excuse. You just do your part, and I'll do mine. Come and join us as we travel back in time 4,000 years ago to discover exactly where the holidays of Christmas, Easter, and even Valentine's Day come from. Why do we celebrate the birth of Jesus on December 25th? Whose birthday really is on December 25th? Where did we come up with December 25th? Where did the star on top of the Christmas tree come from? Where did the Christmas tree itself come from? Where did St. Nicholas come from? Are we sure that St. Nicholas even existed? Have you ever wondered where the famous phrase, ho, 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 comes from? It comes from the late 1600s when they used to have plays, and before the devil would come on stage, he would announce himself by saying, ho, ho, ho. Did you know that original Santa's elves weren't little guys that made toys? They were Krampus demons that would punish the children if they weren't good for that year, while St. Nicholas would give them gifts if they were good. Who is the Easter Bunny? Where did we get Easter eggs from? Why do we celebrate Easter on the first Sunday after the vernal equinox? Did you know that Christmas was illegal in the United States until the mid-1800s? Can we celebrate these holidays according to the Bible? This is by far the most popular video on the internet on the history of Christmas and Easter. This video has changed hundreds of thousands of people's lives.
and it will change your life too.